Everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Let me just... Sorry, just give me a moment. Kind of brain farted for a moment there. There. Alright. How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a good day. Sorry if I'm a bit late. I was just hanging out with someone. Hanging out with a special someone. Ah, yes! The new event. So we're going to try and finish as much of the 6.1 content as we can. Mostly just finishing up the Alliance raid quests and then moving on, getting back into the story. And we'll see how far that takes us. Maybe we'll try out some PvP today. Now I can, just look at someone and go, hey, what does your adventure plate look like? Ah, not bad. Not look at the camera. You don't have to. How are you? What's yours? That's actually a pretty good one. That's not bad at all. Oh, that's very cute. Also very cute. Doesn't have one. Disappointed. Ah, you're here. Aha, you're here. Of the deific twins Nalthal, here they worship Thal, who keeps the realms of the dead and weighs the worth of men's souls. In contrast, Nalthal keeps the world of the living and oversees their financial fortunes. Their names are borne by many a location and religious organizations, some extremely wealthy and powerful, exist to nurture faith in them. On the surface, it may seem strange that a hub of commerce such as Ul'dah could be home to such spiritual people. But it is actually quite logical when one considers that the religion is, in essence, commerce. In any event, Nalthal is a truly unusual divinity. What was originally held to be one god came to be worshipped as twins. Indeed, rather than two distinct entities, that which we encountered was a single being possessed by two personalities. Did I mishear? Did he just say they encountered Nalthal? Oh no. While his appearance differs somewhat to the divinities worshipped, it cannot be denied that there are striking similarities in their nature. Perhaps we should avoid talking about that here. Forgive me, this is hardly the place for such a conversation. Let us continue it elsewhere. Silly person. Silly man. Bwah. Bwah, 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 bwah. Tis a careless of me to openly speak of our encounter with the divinity within a place where he is worshipped. Hereon, I shall exercise greater caution. I thank you for alerting me to my indiscretion, and ask that you keep it between us. Now then, to finish our conversation, as I mentioned, though the Nalthal as worshipped by men appears somewhat different, there are undeniable similarities in their nature. I believe we may report this much to Grahatia. With that, our work here is done. Rather than waiting for our companion to arrive, perhaps we may seek him out at the Sunken Temple. He mentioned needing to make a detour. Were we to set out now, we ought to be able to catch up to him. After all, we hardly know one another. Rather than loiter with an unfamiliar person, 'tis better to use our time productively, wouldn't you agree? Sure. Let us head to the second temple of Karn at once. So, the update also affected a lot of stuff from before. Like, a lot of the dungeons in A Realm Reborn. They basically just turn them into completely different dungeons now. And bosses actually have, like, mechanics and AoE markers and all that. It felt like an actual boss I was fighting, instead of the gelatinous goo that where you have to blow it up every once in a while. Like, 1,000 Miles of Totorak? Completely different. Layout's changed. It's wide open. Let's look at your adventure. No? How about your adventure plate? Oh, you're the cool one. Alright. If you hear me, please say something. Yeah, I found this one collapsed, although I could see no obvious injuries by her attire. She appears to be some manner of scholar. Is this where there is more 6.1 content? Yes, as the title says. Water, food, in my bag, please. I see. Frey, may I try to find her bag? I'll stay on lookout in the meantime. Oh, you gotta look at this person's adventure plate. Look at this shit. Hi, Specs. Yeah, look at this shit, dude. This shit is pretty cool. I might just take a picture of it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I see it. Examining the bag, you find a skin with a little water left, but there appears to be no preventer. For now, you decide to take the water to the woman. So thirsty, so hungry. Enough food. I need food. Sorry. I have not saved dried meat, tough as leather. Do you have anything easier to consume? Derek, what are you doing here? Actually, that can wait. Steady, Snowheim. I brought you Archon loaf and coffee, made sweet and creamy, just you like it. Hey, Archon loaf. Well, it's got the nutrients she needs. Ah, I am reborn! Washed down with the sweet beverage, the life-giving nutrients of Archon loaf permeate my being from head to toe. Thank you, kind stranger. However you knew my preferred source of sustenance, you are truly a godsend. Oh, it's you, Raha. What brings you here? I don't recall mentioning my fieldwork. It's from research into the Beladians' worship of Azema, you see. Had you heard from Cryo? The students are presently investigating the 12, and would prevail upon your expertise. May I introduce Snowgein, expert mythologist. She's a collaborator of the students, and like many a scholar, is passionate about her endeavors to the point of forgetting to eat. Seeing as she has recovered, may I ask the two of you to tell her about the Phantom Realm? May I tell you about the Shadow Realm? The 12 abide in the Phantom Realm, and you exchange not only words with them, but blows besides. Incredible! And your description of the domains, a thunderous tower in one and a sweltering city in another, are precisely as the heavens of lightning and fire depicted in legend. In ancient times, worshippers of the 12 believe that there exist 7 heavens and 7 hells. Aetherology has since established that departed souls return to the ethereal city. But it seems those afterlife domains were more than just inventions of mortal imagination. As a pursuer of myths, I must say it feels somewhat anticlimactic to suddenly have these revelations given to me. More than that, I'm dying to know more, which is to say, please allow me to join your investigation. We would, of course, welcome your presence. Without further ado, then, let us head to Omphalos. Cryo awaits us there. Umphilos. Let's see. I think I remember hers being pretty good. Yeah, she's cute. Look at the cute. Very cute. Oh, how about you? Oh. It's just the same exact look she's giving me right now. How about you? Nice. Nope. I like the new adventurer plates. I think that was a really good idea. Everyone's made really good ones. It's just another layer of creativity people can add to their characters for other people to see. And it's really nice. Hello, Cryo. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome, Snowgame. I'm glad you could join us. Cryo, how delightful to see you again. I understand you've been doing a fine job leading the students. But I may say what a lovely place this is. At a glance, this appears to be the highest of the heavens of legend, the 7th heaven. Oh, if those aren't symbols representing the other heavens, I take it those are their respective gateways. I should like to pay them all a visit. For Snowgame's benefit, let us review what we have learned thus far, and thence deliberate the next step. The gods have reappeared before us in Rogger's Reach. Though they were disguised as unassuming creatures, their laws forbid them from showing their true forms outside their realm. Yet, in the event the ambient aether becomes unstable, such as during umbricality, it is possible for the realm, and indeed the gods themselves, to be glimpsed by mortals. And such sightings, we believe, have given rise to various faiths practiced throughout Eorzea. As he confirmed in Ul'dah, the Nalthal worshipped by the people, and the Nalthal we encountered here have more similarities than they do differences. In the course of exploring the Omphalos, 2 things have caught my attention. The first is the gate which lies in the innermost area. If each of the 6 gates lead to an elementally aspected heaven, and we stand in the 7th heaven, as Snowgame says, what then lies beyond that last gate? They're all just gonna morph into one, like, Megazord. In turn, like, as fucking, like, Power Rangers type shit. The second is this monument. It harbors some manner of magic, unlike anything I've seen before. I will endeavor to decipher it, but it will take some time. Divinities have existed since time immemorial, who abide in the mangers among the heavens of legend. Why have they chosen to reveal themselves to mortals seeking battle? Unless they favor us with more of their secrets, it would seem this monument holds the key to solving mystery. Indeed, much and more yet lies beyond our understanding, but we'll keep chasing the truth together. As I'm sure you'll agree, though, this is tiring work, both mentally and physically. We need to pace ourselves. To which end, might I suggest we return to Revenant's Toll and have a rest before we embark on the next stage? What the fuck is this message you sent me, Specs? Have you gone to Papaya yet? I don't get it. That food looked really detailed. So rarely do I get to simply chat with colleagues. I'd fairly forgotten what it felt like. Indeed, and it's quite fitting that we should be doing so here at the Seventh Heaven. Fitting? That's an understatement if I've ever heard one. Seventh and highest of the heavens, which rules over the remaining six, was right here in Mordona all this time. This isn't fitting, my friends. It's destiny. Very passionate. You are so versed in the myths surrounding the heavens and hells. If you don't mind, I should like to hear your thoughts on them. I'm going to take a break in a little bit. I need to take the trash out. And I want to do that before I forget. Mrs. There and the research, it doesn't take much to stoke their passions. My apologies if it makes you uncomfortable. Having always traveled around, I'm admittedly not too familiar with such a lively atmosphere, but I do not mislike it. By the way, the two of you have arrived at Sunken Temple rather quickly. Did something happen? Well, as pleasant as this has been, it's past time we return to the Annex. The paperwork for this commission isn't going to complete itself, alas. I shall take myself to Umphalos. There's so much that I'd like to see. And I'd ever go for a walk nearby. It's getting a little warm in here. Alright, do take care now. What? Metro plate? Ah! Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take out the trash and then we'll get right back to this. Alright, I'm back. Hold on, give me a moment. I just need to text my dad. Alright, let's get back to it. There he is. Alright, it's pleasant, isn't it? The smells and sounds of a tavern makes one feel alive. Afterwards, stepping outside alone, breathing cool air, I like that just as much. While you wait the moment, I shall remain here in reference told. There are any tidings, rest assured I will share them with you. Thank you for your help thus far. I doubt so much could have been accomplished without you. I guess that's it. For, this. Now we return to Razatan, where we talk with Y'shtola to continue the MSQ. And then after that, I mean, I'm not sure we'll be able to get that done today, depending. But if we do, maybe some Dark Knight leveling. I almost have it to 50. Shall we hear what your scholarly comrade has to say? For one who claims it is too late to save his sister, Vritra seems awfully interested in whatever revelations Y'shtola might have to share.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the void gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
many void scent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example,
But I have such an angry look on my face.
the gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
Tried his best, okay?
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that void scent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
As long as you don't have to use void gates to travel between the reflections, because I don't think that's a good idea.
No, the danger is too great.
Perhaps, but what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive, And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
So much for taking it easy.
Since when were you one for the quiet life? Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands. That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Numenon. With Grav's favorite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves. I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
I mean, I'm pretty tall. I think I can make it. I could get the high shelves.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Bam, 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 ba-down. Bam, bam. One thing I really need to start working on is like starting leveling up trusts. If we are to enter Numenor's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? Fortuno might... Who's that one guy that Alfino and Ali say like their teacher? We'll just go like Montagane. He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Yushchola follows me. There is... Okay, so now they're showing... Another thing they added in this update. They can show the places where you can talk with Yushchola, which is very nice. Slowly but steadily, I am getting done more of the Endwalker side quests. So I'm just doing it. I'm doing it to level up. I know that's not really a smart thing to do, but it's like if I want to waste some time, I'll just do some side quests, learn some more things, and level up my, say, Gunbreaker, which I recently got to level. What was it? I think it was level 83. What am I looking at here? I like it so. I love these. I love the adventure plate so much. They were such a good idea. Aw, cute. Cute. Oh, where'd the last guy go? Burning now. Down, 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 down. I apprenticed to Master Toy at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had the chance to attend the studium. That is the thinker, as I call it. Soon after Master Louis took him off the streets, he was put in the cabin of the Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Tea at last stand at their day lectures. Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Toya for the world. The night cave I studied in was about as far from the bright, airy halls of the academy as one will get. But it was a wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. That's good. Talk. That's that. As I expressed to name our allies in the forum, Scholar Mops game would certainly be at the top of the list. Hopefully agrees to aid us with our request. Yeah. Also, I'm leveling Leatherworker. I think you guys already knew that. Actually, I showed downstream. But yeah, that has been an interesting and very costful endeavor, to say the least. Right, let's see who we got. Nope. It's a funny one. Kind of boring, I'd have to admit. Just the helmet. No real angle either. Salvage is such quite a seamless at that. Probably forget the intrusion, Skullhawk, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh ho! No further forays into the stacks of time? This is Sax's time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, yet in all of this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Dun, 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 dun. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, this research left behind by House Daemir was lying dormant in Shoreland's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its futures. And yet, I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Aha, marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. After hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use that knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request to for the forum's consideration. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Fortuno? Why, Master Fortuno, of course. He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear friend's most treasured comrade. From his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there's no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to Levio Estate and plead our case. And one last thing before you go, I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager, so if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Garlark. We will be sure to pass on any revelations. I'm sure Master Matoya would also like to know. It'll be nice to finally have, Thancred meet Reen again. And especially for Alpino to see the Chais again. And, you know, you're Shola to meet Runar again. It'd be nice to have all that happen. Let me see it. Show me your adventure plate! Very nice. Oh, wait, why am I... I'll just get a fucking... Do. How's Livio Butler? Show me. No. No, I'm sad. Show me. Show me. How dare you all not. Cute. Oh. Fucking Edgeworth. Ah, Mistress Freya, Mistress Shistola, how may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Fortuno. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the Master is in the residence. I shall inform that he has guests. Well, my aunt would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. We want to go to the void. It's going to be really cool. I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montagine expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flame of the final days, loyal to his duties while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved one and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share our experience in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Of course! Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be commenced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldesian Annex. I just got a little wind up, please. Cute. Look at her. Look at the girl. Look at her. Look at her. Cute. Very cute. Another lease enjoyer. What a chat. Crabe de la Crabe. So, what did the forum decide? Well, Monty Massoria has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was petitioning a question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no certain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. Master Pretoria just, burned this place down on her way out. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing it entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That's wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I'm sure you're aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you good day. Goodbye. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising. Aye, but that very source is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. I'm glad Porchno wasn't, a complete asshole in the end. He was just a man who cared, very much about his family. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on the Forbidden Tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Damia's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Let's look at yours. Very nice. Oh, that's a nice one. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume? You presume correctly. Then you want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. I might get a little snackum. A little hot snackum. A spicy snackum. Nothing too. There's the big piece I was looking for. Ooh. That was a spicy one. is that they're Thai chilies from Trader Joe's. They're really good. Nice taste. Incredible spice. Jajaba. How much you want to bet his last name's Jabba? Jajaba Jabba. I think the 10 instructions I laughingly imagine may exist, but yalms away from where you found me napping. If I had known of all Zadal's the Third's exploits sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom, a lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. So that's why people were hanging out over here. Oh, damn, girl. Rocket girl. Cute. I guess identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Follow me if you would. Watch yourself, but please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. Ah yes, this is where we saw Graha during the trailer.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Is this the Great Gubble Library theme? So many books I've yet to read. Yes, yes, we are here for one specific volume. You needn't remind me. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She shone like a ravenous raven, eyes blazing hot with not with hunger, but trembling like a candle's flame, threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even the proper word. Such things seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transcendent being. Though you are tempted to read more, this does not seem to be the volume you are seeking. In the year 1564 of the 6th Astral Era, the Amajo summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe the being as a gigantic, lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-expected magics. If we consider that primal summoning is an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected, that the resulting deiform entity should manifest the appearance and powers with which it is attributed by its worshippers. What then might emerge from the aether should one who believes in an almighty omniscience attempt the same ritual? Should the scholar himself grace us with his presence, some other embodiment of divine sagacity? Could this man-made god truly be all-knowing? And if it were, whence would such knowledge arise? I myself have many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the days of old, could I instead summon a being possessed of encyclopedic wisdom of every age, yet with no means to verify his pronouncements? How could one be certain they were true? In your mind's terms of the possibilities discussed therein, this does not seem to be the volume you were seeking. Volume pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift spanning apertures as devised by Nuhashan, the ninth patriarch of House Daemir. We present these research notes to the faculty of Charlaine's Studium as both a token of our friendship and an expression of our boundless admiration. Found it! And I found our prize. Alright. Enough spicy. I know I was like scarfing that shit down. It tastes good. It tastes really good.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt
I'll
the
be
traces
right
of
back.
House Damia's
I can hear.
residence many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
And I've returned.
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations.
I remember those things. Those fuckers.
Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings reveal that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
So we have to get one of those things?
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Void Sent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales. And still, House Damia went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking.
So you have to use an Atomos now?
Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
You know, Hannah Shotguns would be delighted to involve herself in our House Damer project. Our business just concluded for a moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be great. Should you wish to indulge in forbidden literature, I'll be here. Page mode disabled, security mode engaged. And can help us, Nihana can. I say we return to Thabnir and look for her at the Great Work. Excuse me. Can I actually go in there whenever I want now? Congratulations on locating the object of your search. Please. Aww. How are you? No? Okay. Oh, privacy restrictions. That's fine. That's understandable. I understand why people might not want to be seen like that. But, yeah. Nitana! Nice to see you again. There he is, with their eyes still burn with a fiery zeal. Some things never change. Hello. No doubt you'd be interested. This research blog should speak for itself. Will it now? Works existed. You should. It was sequestered in Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was, but that means every word within is a forbidden knowledge. Been tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand. I can hardly wait to read it. Yeah. You know what they say about monsters with big mouths free? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, Sarge. I don't. Please stop speaking. To think the Daimyo were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the note, what say you help us build a new mock Tomos? I say yes, 1,000 times, yes! Work on a Daimyo project that had even redoubtable scholars of Charlene trembling in their sandals. No alchemist of the great work could resist. You are a woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask. Easy to catch. What were you thinking? I know you, Sarge. I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big moth simulacrum once we've built it? Traverse the void. So, there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Thomas is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating wrist-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Come on, Sarge. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly once you finish gathering the components I require. Jane's markets provide the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you need to go no further than the font of Maya. The ascetics of old once favored the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there now is known to live in the flow of aether. That sounds perfect. You need so kind as to fill a flask at the pool. I will petition Vritra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Shall I be about it then? We meet back here anon. The font of Maya. Oh! The water that is had a woman die in it. I wonder if that will ruin the vibe of the water. I wonder if her corpse is still there. Something's been spending time in Bao? Wasn't me. Yo, the dynamis of this water is kind of ruined because a corpse was found in it, man. Your dynamis at Applebee's was abysmal. Astrally dance! Listen, I'm not gonna fall for the trick of someone who has a character named Coin-Operated Toy. She is not innocent. If she was innocent, you would have given her a better name. Ah, Sinian! How nice of you to join us. That news finish means a new life for him and his sister. What about you? Not bad. About the same as mine. Mine isn't too, creative, but it's nice. I could probably fiddle with mine a bit more. As I join you, whatever plans, she offered scant detail. You know that thing when you talk and your ear makes, like, weird noises? It's happening to me right now. Kathy's is good. Kathy's is good. Specs could use some work. Here's the flask. My ear keeps fucking popping for some goddamn reason. Thank you, Freya. Look who I came across. The student seemed in need of a diversion, and we in turn may have need of his lance. Right then, now that our little prize is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. I'm guessing this is going to be an instance. Not this time. Want to inform me of our destination? Arrange for the vessels to be made ready at Akyali. Excellency, ever the gracious host. Shall we? You're an instance? How dare you? I have yet to try out the new Praetorium, by the way. So I might give that a shot with my Dark Knight once I get it to 50. It's good? Yeah, I'm glad. It gives the same amount of XP. That's really generous of them. Even though they made it like 10 times shorter. Yeah, you need to check out the Tantar Deepcroft isn't different at all. Neither is Sastasha. Zemail Darkhold has like one change, and it's a pretty good change. Bravefox Longstop also has like one change. No, it has two changes. It has two changes, actually. More crystals? No. Not in Zemail. Alright, let's see. All aboard for the treasure vault. The last boss fight at Brayflox no longer heals from being in... Yeah, there's gonna be maintenance. The Brayflox, the last... I think the dragon's name's like Ayatar.
Impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty.
God.
It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies.
Eh.
The gate was a secret I shared with none but
Yeah, it's
my
gonna be
closest
maintenance.
advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
Yeah, for joining you for a prayer run? Yeah, sure. Maybe when I'm done with story stuff.
What is it you're doing now?
There is something I wish to verify.
Also, I still need to level my Dark Knight 250, but I'm at 49, so I'm like right there.
Void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Gra has theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the Void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Say nothing and look meaningfully at Estinian. Might as well go myself.
And how would you do that? The gate is still too small for any of us to pass through.
I should have just looked at it.
Estinian is correct, which is why I've elected to send a familiar in our stead.
I thought we were gonna get the Atomos. I guess not yet.
Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
What, Porksy? What is she doing?
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born. Water, water, froth and foam!
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
No, she's just weird.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
She's gonna get a frog. What the fuck are those things?
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of...
She looks so fucking done with herself.
I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
My name is Relic. You still created the Nixies? Ah.
In any case, these two should serve as well. This one will bear a warding scale.
Just ate it.
And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Froth and foam.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know. Let us begin, shall we?
Should have looked meaningfully at Justinian.
Nixies, into the void.
Then she could literally step on you. Alright, Sarge. Let's calm down for a moment. It reminds me of that dark portal above the Crystal Tower and the final lash of Ajdaya's tail as she plunged into the void. You need to wait for damage to meaningful. Be patient and watch for any intruders. See, it saved me. I will never see you still the same way again. Broth and foam indeed. I struggle to picture you still as a little girl. Easy to believe she sprang fully formed from one of Master Matoya's cauldrons. I've seen that one already.
I think we've waited long enough.
No.
Nixies, return to my side.
I'm dying! Please, a medic bag! I need a medic bag!
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
They're coming through!
Oh yeah, you can get the new drawing and sheathing emotes from the gold saucer.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Unakalhai?
I knew he'd come
We
back!
met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Aurosite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Aurosite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
I completely understand his hesitancy.
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
This is an extremely dangerous endeavor.
We will see you back in the city then.
Vin Diesel would do it. Okay, well, Vin Diesel isn't here. Once Antarctic succeeds in replaying the Makatomos, this door into the 13th will be ours to open. We'll be crossing the threshold alongside us. Or this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the void myself. Might we discuss this later? There's something I must do first. Vin Diesel. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall I proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of aether corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Let's see. I guess we could talk to Garland Ironworks about it. Excellent suggestion. Sokolos himself is no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experience at hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can break from the warding scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Roger's Reach and commission their best and brightest. I need to use the bathroom. I've been drinking lots of water. Which is good, but I need to pee. Oh, we're here. Alright, I'll be right back. Vin Diesel. What do you got? Show. No maidens? Ray, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you in your present, actually. Assuming he's available. Master Sid, certainly. I'll see if he has a moment free. Pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Heading into the void to find the lost dragon? That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Meteon and that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there are signs of degradation? Seems some amount of corrosion has set in around the scratch on the surface. Much as the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds. In which case, our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? We have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. We'll construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity, so as not impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armor, as you said. Nero's compiled data on the 13th, so have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear, I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, you may need some time to untangle the particulars. Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result would doubtless be worth the wait. Haha. The hard part would be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage demands while I sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. No maidens? You can leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Natana Nadana is getting on the with the mock Atomos. Will you take me there? Will you be taking me there? No, of course not. Ah, very pretty. I think I've already seen that one, though. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, what a... Yeah, that's a boring one.
Hey, Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial Atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
Running mock, so you've got some time to level free. Okay.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a
Well, mostly I just want to do main story stuff.
Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Sir Estinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Let's let me know shit!
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Did you bring the children here?
I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much.
God, he
that
sounds
my
nothing
sister
like a
and I have
child.
place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Then Midgard Stormer just appears. Just everyone comes in. Hraesvelgur's like, yes, brother. Go do that. Nidhogg's ghost appears.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor...
Might get an apple in a bit. And I'm also gonna go. Technically, Nidhogg's ghost is you. Why would it be me? Me? Why me?
My people, I have come
Explain.
to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavne for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters
Dubious
that
little
escape my
creature
attention.
getting up to mischief.
I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
That was a nice little cutscene. Yeah, you're misremembering? Yeah, I think you're misremembering. You're talking about, are you saying specifically Midgard Stormer? Because I don't even think Midgard Stormer is like Ghost either. He's just kind of with me. He just appears and goes, ha, fucking loser. I'll be right back. We gotta throw some things away. And get an apple. Surprising. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall I say, involvement in helping Breacher reach his conclusion. Just for the greater good. Oh, he's all the way over there. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had travelers believing the place wrecked, leaving the palace racked by some unnatural storm. What of your own answer, then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Ratatoska's death. I don't wish for such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there's a chance we can spare Breacher that pain, then I will follow you. Any other former scions we should call upon? Now, on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. Should it be more convenient, have we some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let's reconvene outside Megaduta. Sleep? Ah, who needs it? Oh, I should finish that other project I was working on for His Excellency. You don't suppose I'll be reprimanded, do you? I did just yell at the satrap. I think you'll be fine. I'm created. Oh, she's cute. Cute. And we get out of the vault. Once our these activities begin in earnest, however, you can distribute the trove and make a room or two ready for our habitation. Good. Please inform me when you completed the arrangements. You can also aid me in my search of Ajdaya. If you knew more about our destination, the gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I'm grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. I gotta find out. So I gotta find out you. Oh, I thought I told you I was about to stream. Did I not? That's when I said that. Sorry. I mean, you find out I stream via Twitter anyway. I'm sorry. I'll tell you. I thought you would have already known because I thought you were either busy or you would have already known because I had told you. But I'm sorry. All right. Oh, we'll still be going for a little bit. They meant later? Nah. Sorry. Sorry, babe. And then what help I can to Nidhana. If you're preparations to make air... The preparations to make airy venture into the 13th now is the time. Don't worry. Alright. I'll use my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before I depart. You are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. Thank you, thank you. Maybe we'll make a direct hit rate this time. I've done a lot of critical hit. Though I'm getting tired of just getting materia. Meanwhile... Oh. Oh. That's Zenos's voice set. I think it is. No, no. Maybe? No, no.
Unless I am returned. To be swallowed, bereft of senses.
Zenos is fucking alive? Or his void scent is. Let paths unwalked, adventures spur, pulse quicken, and spirits stir. Donkey titties? Exactly. Oh, is that it? I guess that's it. Alright. Now, we need to level my Dark Knight. I guess we can start with a leveling. Would you like to join me, Sarge? Still in mock? Okay. Well, I'll do it then. Estinian being in a fucking blue elephant suit is my favorite part of this entire of 6.1 right now. I love 6.1, but that's the icing on the cake, man. Let's go back to Imperium. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, wait, no, we gotta get to Foundation. Excuse me. No, not the firmament. No, I don't need to be in the firmament. Get me out of here. Get me out! Get me out! There we go. We're good. Alright, go back up to the Aether crystal, where we will be brought back to the Hi, Frey. I'll see you later, Frey. Alright. We will find him. Where is the elephant? Doom or Walljack? Need to start putting... Sorry, Midgard's armor. Don't need to ride you anymore. I have a new ride. What was that? Where's that elephant? Apparently the blue elephant outfit is like something that he just like Stinian sent him, from what people seem to be saying. I'm not sure if that's actually true. Very nice. We must find the elephant. Okay, I thought like that was something like playing in the background. I didn't realize it was Ultraplate. Look. Oh, come on! My ears popping like so much every time I talk. It's so weird. Stop it! Stop popping! Stop it! Stop. Rude. Where's that elephant? There he is! It's the Azure Elephant! I wish there's some way to like, see him in there. Look, he's waving! I quite like this sort of elephant in the room. Well, I have to talk. I'm a streamer. I gotta complain that the game is too hard and scream and, you know, spike my controller and then yell at chat. You know, it's like, it's just things I do, man. I do it. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for all of you. Nobody appreciates me. It's called having ADHD, yeah. Can I doze off on these? Hold on. Yes! Yes, I can! It's all for you, can't you see? I'm doing this for you guys. You guys just don't appreciate my vision! Aww. Oh, don't.